How long you been going by the term Old Man Jay?
Oh, my son-in-law gave me that name about 10 years ago.
Wow. And then the beautiful Pam Staff from the Ohio Military Family Connection is back. We're working up a show tonight that is going to celebrate the Browns' 3 victories in a row, and also we're working on the Toys For Tots Christmas. Right, Pam?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That's actually Jay's big department.
That's Jay's big department?
No, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Jay, you tell us a little bit about the Toys For Tots.
3 years ago, I was approached by some people who wanted to know if I would be willing to host a tailgate for the United States Marine Corps for Toys For Tots, of which I said yes. I didn't even think twice about it. The next year, last year, they asked me to do it again, and we had close to 400 tailgaters, 87 Marines. We had about 20 pounds of pork tenderloin. We had beef tenderloin. We had chili. We had lasagna. We had potatoes. We had pizza, hot dogs, sausage, hamburgers, and it was all for the Marine Corps. And
those are some hungry guys.
Well, the Marine Corps, first and foremost, it was for the boys that serve all of us. If they don't serve, then we're not here tonight. So
thank God for the Marines, and thank God for every one of our armed forces personnel that protect us all the way around the world. Our condolences go out to the Navy SEAL family that lost one of their brothers just yesterday, I believe, in a heroic effort to save that doctor that was being captive in a foreign soil, and the SEALs went in and got him, and unfortunately we lost one. But those guys live for that moment to get in there and get the job done. And Pam, you probably know a little bit about it. Were they successful in their endeavors except for losing one guy?
They were, as always, there's no greater gift than to give one's life for, their fellow countrymen. So we're incredibly proud.
And we're grateful for them to be there 24/7, 365 days a year, because we are still free because of the military.
And their families.
And their families. And that's where you come in. Tell us, Christmas is just around the corner, and you're busy, right, with the military families. How many you have out adopted this year, Pam?
We've got 25 families, almost 30 families that have been adopted by local businesses and civilians that wanted to take care of our local military families that needed just a little bit extra help this year. So they've made sure that they've taken care of their kids and mom and dad, and it's been a very successful year. We actually had more people asking to help than we had families initially this year for the first time since we started our program. So it's been a wonderful year for it.
It's got to show you how good it feels to be successful at something when you can get a group of people that are total strangers together to do something to help all these people.
Yes.
Well, and that's why we started the organization is, we had so many people that were trying to reach out to us and say, how do I help? Where do I call? Where do I go? And that resource wasn't there. And, we always try and sort of fill whatever hole it is that we need for, that our military families need. And that's been a great one this year.
Well, we're going to come back to that near the end of the show. We want to get everybody familiar with Pam's contact information in case you want to adopt a family next year, or there's things throughout the entire calendar year. It just doesn't have to be Christmas where these families can use an extra helping hand. But let's get back to football, and let's get back to our Cleveland Browns, and let's get back to Old Man Jay over there. Jay, you've been a Browns fan since what, 1953?
Well, I was born in 53.
But you were kind of born into it, right?
More or less. I became a season pass holder in 1972 and have held season tickets ever since. And there will not be a year go by as long as I'm walking on this earth that I will not be at Brown Stadium.
So tell us a little bit about the history of Old Man Jay. Where did this, you just said your son-in-law gave you that name, but obviously you're a member of the Professional Football Ultimate Fan Association,
correct,
right? Show them your coin, Jay.
The Professional Football Ultimate Fan Association was founded in 1999, right after the Hall of Fame had ended their affiliation with Visa. Prior to that, it was the Visa Hall of Fans. The Barrow man, who has since passed.
That was the Denver Broncos famous fan,
right?
Right.
Right, and there was the Bone Lady from Cleveland and Big Dog. Actually, the first inductee Visa Hall of Fame was Abe Abrahams. If anybody remembers, he's the one that used to catch the extra points and the field goals after Lou the Toe. And he was the first one. I became a member in 2009. I was inducted in 2009. A Professional Football Ultimate Fan Association has our annual reunion right at the Hall of Fame in Canton. We are there for the Hall of Fame week. We partake in the first play, which is where they pass the ball from the dealership where the NFL was born, and they pass that ball all the way through town, all the way up to the steps of the Hall of Fame. And then we go out and we go to the Akron's Children's Hospital and see the kids there and give them gifts. And then we pass out lunch to the J. Babe Stern Community Center. And then we have our annual meeting, and our first tailgate is on Friday night, which will be August 2nd, I believe, this coming year in 2013. And if you want to come to a tailgate and see fans from all over the country, that is the tailgate to come to. But I warn you, bring your stretch pants because you're going to need them.
Well, this is a tailgate extravaganza where you host different people from around the country. Yesterday, you happened to get together with some Kansas City Chiefs fans, huh?
We had about 9 or 10 Kansas City Chiefs fans that came up from Kansas City. We've hosted some Bengals fans, some Philly fans, some Buffalo, Pittsburgh. We promote sportsmanship amongst the fans for the betterment of the game.
You know, that's something I'd like to ask you about, Jay. I mean, being down there since 1972 and a season's ticket holder and having all this tailgate experience, there is a lot of heckling that goes on between the Browns fans and the opposing team's fans, and certain things take place in different, areas of the country too. I mean, my boy Fox was just out in the Black Hole last week to see the Oakland Raiders versus the Cleveland Browns, and there was a little bit of hesitation what's going to happen when he wears his Browns colors into that black hole out there in Oakland. But everybody did receive him with pretty much open arms.
They were very cool with him, for sure.
I mean, you can't help but to love Fox. But tell us a little bit. What have you seen transpire between some of these people? I mean, look at a little kid that got beat up a couple years ago down there, man.
Well,
I mean, how does that happen, man?
That is not the norm. And unfortunately, when you have a losing team like Cleveland has experienced for the past 2 decades, fans get frustrated and they do some foolish things. We as Professional Football Ultimate Fan Association members promote sportsmanship. So in that respect, I'm lucky that if I go to Cincinnati or if I can go to Philadelphia or wherever I choose to go, and I've been to about a dozen stadiums around the country, I make sure to hook up with some fans that I know. They take us around, and we have a good time. You're going to get heckled. That's part of it. You just turn around and say thank you.
Well, being heckled's one thing, but physical violence.
Physical violence, I will. Nobody wants. Nobody
deserves that.
No, absolutely.
I also want to say that as a parent, there's also a personal responsibility as a parent to bring your child into appropriate situations. And I think that there's a lack of good decision making sometimes in terms of what parents bring their very small children into. And there's a time and a place. There's a family section within the Cleveland Browns Stadium. You can enter Cleveland Browns Stadium from many doors where you can just go in and be in the family section and you're fine. I think that there is a personal responsibility for a family not to put your children in a situation where they would be unsafe or unwelcome.
Have you put your application in for Golkis's job yet? Huh? You're doing a great job about promoting the family section. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, sometimes the parents aren't supervising the kids right, and you definitely got, I mean, obviously there's irresponsible people.
Well, I know one of the things when we tailgate, I've had as many as 4 generations of my family at the tailgate. And to me, that's important to show these people from out of town that, hey, Cleveland is a great place to see a football game. It's a great city. We've got a lot to offer, and it truly is the best location in the nation.
You know, I used to miss, I never missed a Browns game before the move, and I've been to many, many Pittsburgh Steelers games at the Cleveland Browns old municipal stadium, and I tell you, there was a lot of hell raising going on in those days. But nobody got physically abusive, you know. But,
no.
I mean, we tore out some people's banners and stuff of that nature. The Lambert lunatic guys, we gave them a couple of rounds.
There's a lot of those portions of those stories that you don't hear, like what started the ball rolling and how people sort of, you know, how you present yourself. You know, when you walk into somebody else's house, there is a certain way that you behave yourself, and if you aren't respectful about how you handle yourself in someone's home, then
let me give you that number to
not,
Neil Gaucus' office right now. I think he needs an assistant.
Yeah, I mean, it's a true story. You know, I mean, there's a common courtesy that goes, and if you walk around in there, you act in a certain way, you're going to get treated in a certain way. And I think 100%. That you have to. But then once again, that goes along with personal responsibility. You know, you have to. You will be received in the way you present yourself, and I think that's what it really comes down to.
That's true.
You also have to understand where you're at. You have to be aware of your surroundings. The Muni lot is notorious for their tailgating, and it gets a little wild. I won't go there. It's not that I don't want to go there. It's not for me. That's not what I like. There are some tremendous people that tailgate in the Muni lot, and there's some tremendous people that tailgate where we tailgate in the Visitors Northport. It's just a matter of, you know, what you want to be around and what you want to do. I know when you come to our tailgate, I've got 2 stereos. We've got satellite TV. We've got an Xbox. I've got about 1,200 hours of music downloaded. So we think we can find music for you that you'll enjoy, and the atmosphere is about, you know, friendship with fellow fans from other teams, and good food. And Pam, you know about that good food, don't you?
Well, I try and participate as much as possible.
Well, you know, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Browns tailgating and what you guys cook down there. And not only that, what about playoff tickets, Bob? I mean, did we get playoff tickets, Jay?
No, I haven't gotten playoff tickets.
You know, with the 3 wins in a row, people are talking the Browns could get the last wild card spot. Do you think that's a little bit premature?
I think it's premature. I'm glad to see that people are talking about it. You know, we've got to get the fan base back into the stadium where they belong. And once you get the fan base back into the stadium, then you won't see 25 or 30,000 Steelers fans.
Well, what about the fan base, though? Do you think that the fans have turned their back on the Cleveland Browns? Because it seems to me they have a great crowd every week, man. We have
a great crowd, but I do think we are on the verge of losing a generation of Browns fans, and I think that the new ownership coming in is going to breathe in some much-needed understanding from the top. And if the top understands, the rest falls in place.
So basically, you've lived through every ownership change that ever took place with the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, I have.
And that's something we're going to get into when we come back with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. Our beautiful guest tonight, Pam Staff, and Old Man Jay, when we come back with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show.
day still sticks in my head. All the clothes you wore and the words you said, and every taste left in my mouth was bad, because I've lost my faith in the human race. I wanna go to a different place. I've lost my faith. Everything about that day still sticks in my head. All the clothes you wore and the words you said, and every
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special in-house guest tonight, Pam Staff from the Ohio Military Connection, and Old Man Jay from tailgating and years of season ticket holding. Right before the break, Jay, we just talked roughly, you mentioned the new owner, Jimmy Haslam, coming in. You're one guy that we've had in the house that lived through every owner that the Cleveland Browns ever had, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think, man? What do you think of the new regime coming in? Are you apprehensive? Do you think Haslam's the guy? I mean, what do you think his commitment is? Give us a little bit what your thoughts are.
Well, Jimmy Haslam, if you ask him what he does for a living, he'll tell you I sell oil.
He sold a hell of a lot of it, too.
Yeah, yes, he has sold a lot of oil. But Jimmy Haslam built his business. And you don't build a business by blowing things up and starting over and again and again. The man sits back. I watched the press conferences when he was there. He was down with the media and all the questions that were being answered, and there's Jimmy taking his notes. And that's what Jimmy does. Jimmy doesn't jump into anything blind. He makes intelligent decisions. Obviously, he has the capital. I mean, he only paid $1 billion for a losing franchise.
$1.1 billion.
And, you know, he understands. I mean, listen, make no bones about it. We've got 55,000 season pass holders for a franchise that has basically been losing for 20 years.
And what do you think is going to happen if we start winning? We got to build a bigger stadium or what?
I don't think you want to build a bigger stadium. Football was meant to be played outside in the element. I don't think they'll dome the stadium. He might put a canopy around the seating bowl, but I think the open field will always be there.
Well, what would be nice if you did dome the the Cleveland Browns Stadium, and you would use it year round, but not put the dome over the stadium when the football game's going on.
No, I would not.
But, you know, we're never going to get a Super Bowl at Cleveland without having a dome.
Well, you know, it takes more than just an outdoor stadium. I mean, New York's doing it. You have to have hotel space, and that's something that Cleveland lacks. We do not have enough hotel space. For so many years, the city was reactive instead of being proactive. I think we're finally turning the corner, and we're starting to be more of a proactive city, and I think that's important.
Well, we're in search of that proactivity. I mean, we got the medical mart going in. We do have more hotels now than we used to have.
Correct, but
and you know, I mean,
well, and they're about to sign a contract with Toby Keith's Bar and Grill to build a new hotel downtown. Hopefully,
yeehaw! How about that?
You still have to
as long
have.
as Toby comes, I'm happy.
You still have to have 40 to 50,000 beds, and we're not there yet. We're just not there.
I guess all the Browns backers will have to have these people and host them at their house. Right?
That's
You
fine.
ever think of that?
We got
There's
plenty
plenty
of
of Browns.
We have plenty of room in our homes. We'll be glad to.
There's plenty of Browns backers too.
Hey,
I mean, it's
we had a Browns
unbelievable.
backer group from Alaska yesterday.
Yes, Anchorage,
So-
Snow Dogs.
Yep.
In the Lerner regime, Jay, what did you think of Randy Lerner as an owner of the Cleveland Browns, man?
Who? I think Randy's biggest problem is
Randy.
It was Randy. This was Al's team. It wasn't Randy's. It wasn't for Randy. Randy didn't want it. He's never been one to be in front of a microphone or a camera. He's somewhat been shy about that. I just don't think that he understood what Cleveland fans want. And I got to tell you something. When I look over there and I see Jimmy Haslam in his box and I see him up rooting and slapping his hand on his knee when something doesn't go our way, that tells me you've got an owner that, hey,
he's got the passion for the football.
He gets it.
There's no doubt he's got the
passion. And he played football.
Right. And don't forget, like Sam Tigliano played football with his father at Tennessee.
Sam will tell you, you never see a jockey carry a horse across a finish line.
Right. He's told me that many times. But the thing is, with Jimmy Haslam coming in and we got a guy that's passionate about football, when did we have an owner that has that passion in your mind?
Paul Brown.
Not even Art Modell?
Art Modell did a lot for the NFL. I think Art Modell got the raw end of the deal in Cleveland. Art Modell was a player's owner. He always was. He was very personable like that. Art Modell grew up in Brooklyn, so he was a New York boy. He made some bad moves that hurt his franchise. He realized it later. And when he got cornered, the man had no choice but to say, that's it, I'm out. And that's what he did.
What's your thoughts on that, Pam?
I couldn't agree more. It was a business decision, and you couldn't, football is a game of heart, but when it really comes down to it, it was a business decision, and he did what was best for him.
So this is the best owner in your mind, Jay, since Paul Brown.
Well, I think
that says a lot, man.
I think it's a little early to tell, but I think the man's passion.
He's saying the right things right now.
Yeah.
Right now, he's talking about he wants to be out in the community. He wants to do more. He wants to be a part of Cleveland. He's, although he's not from here and that he's going to be flying back and forth, much like some more recent ownership, that he will actually be here and he wants to be a part of Cleveland. And he's really, he's saying all the right things at this point. I think the jury's out until we actually see, real community involvement and him sticking with it and following through with all of those words.
If I'm correct, I believe he's got a nice townhouse or condominium in Bracknell.
Well, it's a little bit more than a townhouse or a condominium, to be honest with you. That thing is a mansion.
And that's right where Mike Holmgren lived, was there in Bracknell, too.
Yeah, well, he probably should have traded it.
Maybe he did.
I don't think it's the same house, to tell you the truth.
Well, if he's living where I think he is, I have some friends that live there, so we'll have to check him out.
Take a ride over and tell him where, maybe you could set up a tailgate in his driveway. We'll all come down and broadcast
I did set up
live.
a tailgate in my friend's driveway in Bracknell a couple years ago, and we had a good time.
I bet it would be a fantastic time. So now with the new ownership coming in, we got a lot of young guys on this team. We finally won 3 games in a row. We're talking a long time since the Browns won 3 games in a row, man.
Now, hold on. When it's 2 games, it's in a row. When it's 3, it's a streak.
That was in 2009. And
yeah. You're talking 3 years ago.
If they can get over the hump and win next week, which is a real important game, you know what? We don't know how RG3 is going to be. He sprained his knee yesterday. The MRI was totally negative. Yeah. I have a feeling we are going to see Robert Griffin play football. You know what? I want to see RG3. If I'm going to beat you, I want to beat your best.
Yeah. I think we're going to see him, though. He's going to be a hard guy to hold down. I just have a feeling, unless his knee really swells up or something.
If they keep him in the pocket and force him to throw the ball, we have a good chance, because I got to tell you something. Offenses fill stadiums. Defenses still win championships.
Yeah, and do you think our defense is capable now of stopping the run with an RG3 out there on the loose?
Did you see the Steelers game?
Yes, I saw the Steelers game, and unfortunately...
6 fumbles?
No, 8, wasn't it?
Well, it was 8 turnovers,
right.
But it was 6 fumbles or 5
3
fumbles.
Interceptions.
3 interceptions.
They actually put the ball on the ground, 8 times, 3 interceptions was 11 times.
They put the ball.
But they got the ball back 3 out of the 11 times.
They put the ball on the ground more than a goal.
Let's be honest a minute here, Jay. What I've seen every week with the Cleveland Browns, I don't see the same intensity on the defense week in and week out, and I understand these guys are finally healthy. What's great about the Cleveland Browns right now is we probably have one of the healthiest teams in the NFL right now, which is very odd coming into December.
They are healthy. We lost Going at the beginning of the year.
Phil Taylor was
Phil's
out.
back,
Ruben's
right.
been missing in
Yep.
action. Patterson's back. We got a lot of guys that are healthy, which is a pleasant turnaround. We got it on the front end of the season with the health issues, but I have to say this. I didn't see the intensity of the defense. Now, obviously, you're going to be up for a Pittsburgh Steelers game if you know the legacy. Kenyon and I have had this discussion numerous times. We thought a lot of these young Cleveland Browns players know nothing of the rivalry between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
They probably don't, but in the NFL it happens fast, so you're going to get schooled quick. We've got some nice young defensive linemen that we can plug in.
I'll
and
tell you
out.
who I like, man, is a linebacker named Robertson. This kid impresses the hell out of me. I think he's going to be a good one, and I think he's going to make it to the Pro Bowl.
Fort's another good one, and James Michael Johnson, who's very quietly held on to
He's
that
done
outside.
a fantastic job, and then you got Billy Wynn.
Billy Wynn, absolutely.
Who's made a big stride this year. There's a lot of good guys on the defense. Unfortunately, and I say this because you never want to see a guy get hurt, but I heard on another talk show this afternoon, maybe one of the best things that happened to the Browns defense was Gokhan and Fachita going down.
Mm-hmm.
It gave these young guys a chance to come into the NFL, show what they can do, and obviously Fachita's winding down the end of his career may be over.
Probably is.
But he can't run like these young guys.
No, he can't. And I still think that Cleveland's going to go after an outside linebacker in the draft.
And a cornerback, I hope.
And another cornerback. And I got to tell you something.
Pray to Santa Claus for a cornerback for the Browns, Pam.
Well, and Billy Wynn was actually able to really sort of come through and show what he was able to do, and he wouldn't have been able to do that if Phil Taylor hadn't been pulled his pectoral muscle
Right.
in the preseason. So a lot of even our backups are healthy and ready. So this is good stuff.
Well, when you got a guy that can come in and spell you, and the defense, yesterday was one of the games where the Browns had the possession offensively a little bit longer than the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe about 8 or 9 minutes longer.
Yep.
I think it was 33 minutes we had possession, where the Chiefs were around 24, 20, I don't remember the exact number. It was and that's what you got to do.
I think
You can't keep the defense on the field for the entire game.
But I think the game was won when Kansas City came down the field and missed the field goal. At that point,
The momentum changed.
They were done, and Cleveland this young team is starting to learn how to just put your foot on their throat. And
that's
what they
another
have to
thing,
do.
and I'm not going to just say this about the Cleveland Browns. Every single Cleveland sports team that we have needs to know how to go for the jugular vein. You just see it time and time again. And one of the things I heard yesterday was Brad Childress came down into the locker room at halftime. Trent Richardson said, Childress said, "You guys are far too good of an offensive unit to do nothing for a first half." And that's what the Browns did. They did nothing. We got into the red zone. Unfortunately, the Cleveland Browns, fortunately they're winning. Unfortunately,
we're not scoring.
We're not playoff capable ready yet.
They're not. They are not playoff ready. They're getting there.
You have to start somewhere, right?
Listen, Seattle got in there last year at 8-8, and they just surprised the hell out of everybody. But Cleveland, you're not quite ready, but
they're not even close if you want to think about offensively.
Do us
31 in the red zone.
Just do us a favor and continue to win.
Absolutely. What do you think is going to happen? We got 3 games left. We're going to face the Washington Redskins. We got the Denver Broncos with a red-hot Peyton Manning. Look at the
Peyton Manning.
I don't even know how to describe Peyton Manning. He comes back from a severe neck operation. 4 times they opened him up, and you know about nerve damage.
I do.
And it's not easy to overcome, is it?
It's not, and it's not just to overcome in normal life. Never mind to then come out and play.
Top-rated NFL quarterback in 2012. One of them, I think he may have fell down in 1 or 2 now. He was number 1. He might be down to 2 or 3. Peyton Manning at 36 years of age. Unbelievable. When they signed him for $96 million, I thought, are they nuts? That's a 5-year deal. He'll be 41 years old, but he's 10-3.
You never know.
He's 10-3, and he won the Western AFC West.
He did. But
he clinched it already. Now they're playing for home field advantage.
Peyton Manning has always had trouble against Cleveland.
We're going to find out if he has trouble coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll find out. I got to give Peyton Manning some props. I'm not rooting for the Denver Broncos, but that guy is phenomenal as a quarterback. You can't take it away from him,
Absolutely
Pam.
not.
Rich Carlos still missed that kick.
Absolutely. I almost fell off the couch and bashed my head right through the wall, man. 2 times we got burned like that.
Yep.
Hey, we're going to take a short break. We got Pam Staff and Old Man Jay, one of the biggest Browns fans ever to grace the Cleveland Talk Sports studios here at Streaming Sports Talk on the Cleveland Sports 360 show. We'll be right back with more coming at you live from streamingsportstalk.com. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here, directly across the street from the Lake County Captain Stadium in beautiful East Lake, Ohio. We're going to see some fireworks this summer. Joining us live tonight, Pam Staff and Old Man Jay. We were talking about the Browns. We were talking about the ownership changes, and we got some exciting things going to be taking place to help the Marines coming up. We opened the show talking a little bit about Toys For Tots. Jay, tell us exactly what you need, how you need to do it. And remember, fans, the phone lines are open, 216-672-4300. If you want to call in and ask Jay a question, 216-672-4300 or Pam Staff. Either one of them will answer your questions. They're not picky, right?
Well, we'll try.
Real quick, can we do a shout out?
Absolutely.
I got to do a shout out to my grandson Noah and my other grandson Hunter, who was born on my birthday, June 20th.
What a birthday present, huh? Your second grandson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. When I turn 60 and he turns 1, that's going to be a real shindig. And also a shout out to my daughter Tiffany and her husband Timmy.
There you go.
All right, you got your shout out. Toys for Tots. What can you do for Toys for Tots? Any Browns fan that is coming to the stadium this Sunday, please bring an unwrapped new gift. If you can't,
Actually, bring several. Don't just bring one.
Bring
2 or 3.
Or you can dig into your pocket and make a cash donation. There are approximately 16,000 children in the greater Cleveland area that might not have a very good Christmas. And the Marine Corps, we go out and collect toys and money donations, of which Staff Sergeant Tim Sherman goes out and buys toys. And they communicate with the local fire and police departments. They have a pretty good idea who needs what.
I want to interrupt you just for a second, because my fiance's been volunteering for Toys for Tots over here at the warehouse on 306.
Correct.
Off of 306. She's been working her tail off over there. Beth, you're doing a great job. And she tells me that these police chiefs, detectives, they bring her a list, and she goes through the entire warehouse looking for the appropriate toy that's on this list, and they get it all sorted out so the child gets something that they're looking for.
Let me tell you, Santa's Workshop has got nothing on that warehouse. They are so ridiculously organized, and there are so many toys out there. And unfortunately, every year there are still kids that that don't get Christmas and that we can't provide toys for. So absolutely, that's why I say don't bring 2 or 3 toys. We need it absolutely.
You know, you can bring an armful. The greatest gift is giving. This year is the 3rd year that we're hosting the Toys for Tots for the Marines, and the longshoremen gave us their hiring hall to host this tailgate. This is the first year we'll be both outdoors and indoors. It's located at West 3rd. It's anybody that knows the stadium area is across from the large blue buildings where the ships come into dock. The longshoremen gave us their union hall. John Baker, who's in Florida, thank you very much. We really appreciate this. This is very nice of the longshoremen. And Majestic Steel is, along with the Marines, are volunteering. They'll be around the stadium, all around the parking lots, collecting toys. Like I said, if you can't bring a couple of toys, 10, 20, 50, thank you very much. It really goes for a very good cause, and it stays here locally. It's not nationwide. It stays here locally, and like I said, it's the greatest gift is giving. So we'll be down there 8 o'clock. Well, actually, we'll be there Saturday setting up. Sunday, 8 o'clock. Come on down. Bring a gift. Bring 2 gifts. Bring some money. Come on in. We're going to try and have some special guests there. Meet these Marines. Thank them for what they do, the service that they provide for this country, and we'll provide you with some good food and some good entertainment.
Now, Jay, just off the cuff real quick, I noticed you brought up if you're a Browns fan and you're coming to the game. Is there any way for people that may be not going to the game but they still want to donate a toy? How would they go about doing this, man?
If you go to the Toys for Tots website, you can that will tell you how you can donate toys or money, and it's pretty easy. All you have to do is go toysfortots.com.
Now, what about, I know you're going to be on the West 3rd Street. I'm familiar with that. So you get off, you actually go past the Brown Stadium, you hang a quick right, and you hang a quick left.
Well, you go around Erie side. Yeah, if you get off, if you're coming from the east and you get off at East 9th, you pass the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Science Center, you make a right-hand turn and you go around the stadium, It's a street called Erie Side. As Erie Side goes around the stadium, it turns into West 3rd right when it makes the turn. And you turn right into that parking lot. Believe me, you'll hear us and see us.
Is this the only parking lot for this Sunday that you'll be able to get Toy for Tot donations?
No, the Marines will be they'll be at the Muni lot. They'll be probably at the Burke Lakefront. They will walk around the stadium.
They'll be at the stadium with their boxes, right?
And yeah, they'll be at the stadium with their boxes.
So it's not just a thing if you can't get to that West 3rd Street lot that you can't bring a toy or you can't make a cash donation. We're gonna have the Marines infiltrate the Mooney lot.
Yes, they will, and they will be at the various gates throughout the stadium. Just remember, I know it's tough times for everybody, but just remember when you were a little child, if there was nothing under that tree for you. And we just do this out of the kindness of our heart. And Pam, I know what kind of work you do. You've met some people that I have done some work for professionally that know me. And we are thrilled to death. We're just thrilled to death that the Marines thought that much of our tailgate to ask us for the 3rd year in a row, and I'm honored, and I will continue to do this.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean,
Tim Sherman is just absolutely a great guy.
We got a call coming in. Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Hello, is this Laird Licken?
Yes, it is.
This is Burnt River Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing, man?
What's going on, Bob?
What's up, Bob?
Well, I'm looking at you on the screen here. You all look really good, and
Well,
just
2 out of the 3 don't
shout
look
out
bad.
and thank you for what you're doing. And I'm very proud to be part of this, and look forward to joining you guys on Sunday.
Bob got on board this year. The Burnt River Browns backers, which, if I'm correct, Bob, is the largest Browns backers in the country.
Largest Browns backers club worldwide.
Worldwide. Burnt River Bob, who is the president of the Burnt River Browns backers, has just been outstanding. He walks around in the Muni lot. It's number 12 in a white jersey, and I'll bet you that number 12 was for the year that he got inducted into PFUFA. So way to go, my brother. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But Bob, the Burnt River Browns backers, as you can see, Pam's wearing the shirt tonight.
Which I don't think that logo ever looked better. That's my opinion, Bob.
Always trying, Bob.
Well, thank you for that, too.
But the work that the Burnt River Browns backers and the tireless work that, Bob, you do is outstanding. Thank you very much. I just can't thank you enough.
Bob, can you tell everybody where the locations where the Burnt River bars are? It's in Chardon, and we're at Hooley House for away games.
Well, we started off in Concord at Concord Panini's, and we still have the back bar at Concord Panini's for all the away games. We also have the Hairy Buffalo in Paynesville, and our main bar in the largest location is the Hooley House on 306 in Menor.
And let me explain to you,
we usually get
Bob
200 plus people there on away games.
Bob spends the entire game and away games doing a 50-50 raffle, and he raises money for different organizations and different causes every week. What was the last 50-50 raffle you did?
This last Sunday we collected $750 and split that, and the winner took $375. The winner was gracious enough to give us $75 back. So we came away with $450, and $200 of that is going to Toys For Tots.
Fantastic, Bob. Hey, Bob, you guys did an event, right? You know, we're right across the street from the Lake County Captain's Stadium now. You started off your season over there, didn't you, with Sam Ratigliano this season?
Yes, we did. We had James Johnson and Sam Ratigliano.
Don
Cockcroft.
Well, you got to get up to the studios one night and do a show with me, my friend. I've been trying to get you for 2 years now.
Well, you know, and Bob was the one who really helped with Tailgate for the Troops at the Hall of Fame. He worked tirelessly and really made that happen, too. Bob has been such a a great supporter of the Ohio Military Family Connection, and he has worked tirelessly to try and bring the Browns and military families here in Ohio together. So we're very lucky to have Bob on board.
Bob's always looking for new members for the Burnt River Browns backers. Bob, tell them how to get a hold of the Burnt Rivers Browns backers and how they can become part of your club.
Well, it's very easy. You can go to burntriver.org, and there's a link there for sign-ups. It actually takes you to the Cleveland Browns website where you fill out the form, and at the bottom of that form you scroll down and say you want to be a member of Burnt River. And the rest is pretty automatic. And Larry, I would welcome you to join our club. I was just looking at the roster, and I don't see you on it.
I'm not on it? I thought I did join it, Bob.
Well, sometimes the Browns have an issue with their system, and then maybe you just didn't get in. So I welcome you to try that again, and I'll make the commitment to you to come down and do a show with you.
Yeah, I always get the emails and everything. You sure I'm not in there? No, I do. I get all the emails from Burnt River.
I'm looking at the roster, and for whatever reason,
we'll get
you're
you
not
squared
on.
away.
We'll check it out, Bob.
We'll get you squared away, LJ.
All right, buddy.
Must be some kind of misunderstanding, because I thought I was in there.
Bob, I just want you to know.
Others in the same situation, and that's been one of the headaches that we've dealt with for a long time.
Bob, I just want you.
We'll fight through it and get it there.
Absolutely, Bob.
Bob, I just want you to know that you got a heart of gold.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the kind words. And thank you for what you guys are doing.
You deserve it. And remember, you're working just as hard as we are for Toys for Tots. So thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you, too. I'm going to hang up and watch the rest of the show here.
Cool. All right, thanks for joining us. Burnt River Bob, the Burnt River Browns backers. Check them out on Facebook. Go to BurntRiver.org?
Yeah, BurntRiver.org.
Join the club. I mean, he's always doing something. I don't see a week that goes by where Burnt River Browns backers aren't involved with something.
One of the hardest working men in the business, I tell you.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and I remember they were right over here before the season kicked off. I think it was right in the preseason.
Yep.
And this guy, I know he's busy. I know he's always doing something. It's a fantastic Browns backer. I think there's a lot of great Browns backers, but check it out. One more time, Pam. What are you working on? How do they get a hold of you? Give a shout-out for the military families first.
Oh, they can always check us out on www.ohiomilitaryfamilyconnection.com.
And then I can't believe how fast you talk sometimes.
I'm sorry. The ohiomilitaryfamilyconnection.com.
There you have it, folks. Get on there, check out Pam Staff and the beautiful work she does for the Ohio Military Connection. There's military people that can use your help 24/7, 365 days a year. Don't let it just be at Christmas time. Old man Jay, give us a prediction for Sunday, man.
I'm thinking the Browns are going to win by about 4 points.
RG3 included?
RG3 included.
Oh, okay. And then we gotta take a break, and we're gonna come back with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show right after this message. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the last segment of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Joining us live tonight, Pam Staff and Old Man Jay. So, Jay, right before we went to commercial break, we were just on the phone with Burnt River Bob. Obviously, the guy's always busy doing something for the Browns backers out there. And you guys got a big thing coming up this weekend.
Right, we do. It's Toys for Tots. If you go to our website, which is oldmanj.com, that's oldmanj.com, you'll be able to hear or read anything you want. And like I said, please come on down. Out of the generosity of your heart and to help root on the Browns, bring some gifts or bring some money. It goes for a good cause. Come have a few bites with the Marine Corps. Show these men how you appreciate what they do for all of us.
I don't know how you can pass up that deal. What kind of food are we serving?
We are going to do about 30 pounds of pork tenderloin. We'll have chili. We'll have beef tenderloin, sugar grill, homemade sausage, hot dogs, lasagna, pizza. It's not a traditional tailgate of just hamburgers and hot dogs. We might even deep fry a couple of turkeys, potatoes. We're going to have pasta salad, desserts, and some of the ladies that come down, the desserts they make are just outstanding. That's why I say bring your stretch pants, because you have never seen any food like this. We have just an amazing amount of food, and this is all done by Deke and Sean, myself, Burnt River Bob, my son-in-law. I'm sure even Pam's going to get in there and do a little cooking for us, too. Are you going to bring Mark down?
Yes.
I got to make sure, because we want to make sure we put Mark to work.
Oh, we got to put the Army to work for the Marine Corps
That's
Reserve
fine.
event, right?
Listen, we're going to have people from the Army. We'll
There's
have
no
people,
fights there, is
no,
there?
no
No,
fights.
no.
We'll have people from the Army, the Navy, all the servicemen, everybody. Just remember, come on down.
And remember to bring some toys. That's what this is all about. Don't come down empty-handed.
If
bring
you
some
don't,
toys.
just bring some cash. We'll take your money. We have no problems with it.
And 100% of this stays right here in northeastern Ohio.
Yes, not one penny will go towards food. This is all donated by the crew of Old Man Jay, Burnt River, and the crew that tailgates with us on a regular basis. This is all donations. We will not accept any money for food. This is all given out of the kindness of our heart for those that are in need.
Well, Pam, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. We've got a few minutes left here with the show. Give us the exact scenario. What has to happen in order for the Cleveland Browns to get into the playoffs? You don't have it?
I couldn't pull it up. No, I didn't. I don't have it.
You told us you had it before the show.
I thought it was up here, and then I thought you weren't going to
that's
ask
it.
me.
Now I'm let down by Pam Staff.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
I'll get it up on the website.
She'll put it up on the website, and you can go check out the website at ohiomilitaryfamilyconnection.org.
Well, yours too.
Oh, you'll give it to me?
Oh, absolutely. I've
You're
worked
going to send me by email?
No, yeah, sure, right? I will get you your email, and I'll.
But it's a far cry what they have to. It's not an easy.
There's a lot of things that have to happen, and the great majority of it has absolutely nothing to do with the Cleveland Browns.
Absolutely.
So there you have it, folks.
Don't
For
forget
all you people-
oldmanj.com, oldmanj.com. Go to the website, download a map, come on down.
Get down there, and don't forget the most important part: toys.
Absolutely, and you can
Or
come down
cash.
and you can come down and tailgate with us on any home game.
Or the
right
Marines.
behind the Science Center, right next to the Mather. Jay's always got a great tailgate going.
You know what you should have did, Jay? You should have got a hold of PNC Bank, had them bring you an ATM machine down there. That way, when these people show up empty-handed, you say, hey.
Well, you know what?
I'm much cuter than an ATM machine, and
I
I will be there collecting cash all day.
And let me tell you something. If this girl goes out and collects cash, we're in good shape. Sorry, Mark.
You're going to get arrested.
Maybe it wouldn't be the first time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget this Sunday before the Browns game. What time does this kick off there, Jay?
Our tailgate will start about 7:30, 20 to 8.
So it's plenty, 5 hours before game time.
Yeah, and if you don't have a ticket to the game and you just want to be around the atmosphere and the ambiance, we'll have a couple of TVs going, so you won't miss a thing.
Yeah, that's the ambiance of a tailgate, and there's plenty of people that don't go to the game that go to these tailgate events.
Correct.
Especially with the Marines down there this weekend, and they're going to be collecting these toys. What are we, about 2 weeks away from Christmas?
Correct.
14
10 days after,
Yeah.
9 days on Sunday would be Christmas, right? So it's not much time left. I know they're doing a hell of a job over at the Toys for Tot warehouse, but they can always use more.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing goes to waste,
no,
right?
there is absolutely a need. There are children every year that we just can't provide toys for. So
And you know what?
we would love to be able to fulfill every wish.
Christmas really is for children, too.
Absolutely.
Remember, the greatest gift is giving.
Yeah, and it's for children. There's nothing brighter than seeing a smile come off of a child's face who maybe got something that didn't think they were going to get something.
Well, and what a great relief for the parents to know that that Christmas is being taken care of and it's something they don't have to worry about. People have enough to stress about and worry about these days, and to have something like that, that takes the world off of his.
Hey, man.
Oh, look at this!
Look at this.
Our first
Throw in that
donation.
20.
Check it out.
Let me tell you something.
There's $20. Get
This
some toys.
is the best hour I have spent in years, Larry. I just
$20.
can't thank you. I just can't thank you enough.
Follow
Thank you.
LG, baby. Get your wallets out and get a donation over to these people this Sunday morning. There's kids out there that need Christmas presents. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Cleveland Sports 360 show with Pam Staff. She's got a great smile, great personality. When you coming back?
I'll come back whenever you'll have me.
I think you're coming next week, aren't you?
I think I'm coming next
We're gonna
week.
We're going to have a special guest, aren't we?
Well,
We better not say.
yeah. Well,
We'll
I'm
keep it a
working.
surprise.
I'm working on it.
Don't forget, Christmas is coming. Jay, thanks for coming down, man. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for having me. Thank
It's a
you very
pleasure,
much.
man. Anytime you're ready to come back, you just give
Pam.
me a call.
Pam, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jay. Thanks, LG.
Very
Stick around,
thanks.
ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com, Unsportsmanlike Conduct, with your host, Kenyon Johnson. And next week, joining Kenyon Johnson live as his guest host will be Camille Rowell. She's going to give him a run for his money. You don't want to miss that show, folks. Coming up on the 17th, next Monday night. But tonight, Kenyon's got all the late breaking news. There's been some upsets in the boxing world. I'm sure he's going to touch on some of that. Cleveland Browns football and more. Thank you for joining us. God bless everybody. And get out there to Jay's tailgate party, BurntRiver.org. Burnt River Browns backers, Burnt River Bob, he needs your help. He can't do it alone. Get down there and get some toys. And if you can't give toys, cash is good.
Cash
Always.
is great.
We'll see you next week with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. God bless you.
Out
Thank
here.
you.